This is VOA News. I'm Nicole Livas. U.S. President Donald Trump says he's confident of beating a multi-state lawsuit challenging his emergency declaration to pay for the southern border wall. AP Washington correspondent Sagar Meghani reports.
Some 16 states are suing, calling the declaration unconstitutional. The president says he figured legal action was coming and predicts he'll beat it.
We have absolute right to do that. I have an absolute right to call national security. We need strong borders.
But Democrats say it's executive overreach and want Republicans to stand with them against what House Speaker Nancy Pelosi calls a brazen assault on the Constitution. A top advisor here has said the president's prepared to issue his first veto if Congress votes to disapprove of the declaration. Sagar Meghani at the White House.
Forming acting FBI chief Andrew McCabe says top congressional leaders did not object in 2017 when he told them the agency had opened a counterintelligence investigation of President Trump on the suspicion that he might have ties to Russia. McCabe told NBC News Tuesday he informed 8 key lawmakers, including the top 2 Republicans, shortly after he opened the probe. Days before, Mr. Trump had fired FBI Director James Comey, who was leading the investigation of Russian meddling into the 2016 presidential election. A federal judge has ordered longtime Trump confidant Roger Stone to appear in court on Thursday to consider whether to revoke his bail after he posted a controversial picture on Instagram. Stone posted a photo of Judge Amy Berman Jackson Monday with what appeared to be crosshairs near her head. He said it was misinterpreted and dismissed any suggestion he was trying to threaten her. Stone has pleaded not guilty to lying to Congress, witness tampering, and obstructing a congressional investigation into the 2016 presidential election. Nigeria's main opposition candidate declared Tuesday the military has no role to play in the country's presidential and parliamentary elections. They were initially planned for Saturday, but abruptly delayed by 1 week. This is VOA News. A new congressional report says senior White House officials pushed a project to share nuclear power technology with Saudi Arabia despite the objections of ethics and national security officials. AP correspondent Chad Day has more.
Right now, lawmakers on both sides of the aisle have expressed concerns that transferring nuclear power to Saudi Arabia without the proper safeguards in place could lead to them weaponizing the material and having another nuclear power in the Middle East.
That's AP correspondent Chad Day. The Democratic-led House Oversight Committee opened an investigation Tuesday into the claims. President Trump said Tuesday he wants to see North Korea eventually give up its nuclear weapons program, but adds he's not in any rush because U.S. relations with Pyongyang are good going into next week's summit in Vietnam.
I'd just like to see ultimately denuclearization of North Korea. I think we will see that ultimately. I have no pressing time schedule.
He said his second meeting with Kim Jong-un would be very exciting, but he did not disclose details of what he hoped would be achieved. The U.S. Embassy in Haiti has confirmed the arrest of U.S. citizens and told VOA's Creole service it's seeking consular access for them as soon as possible. In an interview Monday, the Haitian National Police spokesperson said the men were arrested during a routine check on Sunday, and a Haitian national, 2 Serbs, and 5 Americans were among the detained. He said police found assault rifles and pistols in the 3 vehicles. There's been concern in Haiti that the group had a plan to be rolled out under the cover of the massive protest and looting that rocked the capital for 10 consecutive days, leaving at least 7 people dead. President Trump signed a directive Tuesday to outline the establishment of the Space Force as the newest branch of the military. Vice President Mike Pence spoke to reporters about it.
America is leading in space once again. But in this respect, the president is calling on the Department of Defense to fashion what we have literally been working on for months, consulting with members of Congress and military experts.
If approved by Congress, the Space Force would be part of the Air Force, just as the Marine Corps is part of the Navy. Last week, the Defense Intelligence Agency released a report that found China and Russia have taken steps to challenge the United States in space by developing weaponized satellites, energy weapons, and surveillance networks. Redeployment of opposing forces in Yemen's civil war away from crucial seaports could begin within days, but humanitarian operations are at risk of running out of money in a matter of weeks. Humanitarian Chief Mark Lowcock told a meeting of the UN Security Council Tuesday they expect current resources to be used up by the end of March. The UN coordinated aid operation in Yemen includes more than 250 organizations. I'm Nicole Livas, VOA News.